And I'm like, I don't steal, I don't hurt anyone. And they keep harassing me. It's messed up, man. I'm gonna have to go back to Hollywood. Anyways, you're the best. I'm voting for you, sir.
He's going to introduce me, and then you can talk to me in a little bit.
All right.
Happy Memorial to everyone. Thanks for joining us. Introducing peaceful protester, Kelley.
Well, thank you, Ethan Hyatt. Hello. I hope you're having a wonderful Memorial Day here in the USA. Thank you for tuning in to my television show on the YouTube network with a potential audience of over 2 billion people.
That's right, 2 billion people.
Coming to you live from the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, California, where I am peacefully protesting and advocating for the homeless here in Santa Monica and in Los Angeles County and California and the whole U.S. of A., where we are celebrating Memorial Day and thanking all those people for their sacrifice, those people who stood up for freedom and for our rights to peacefully protest. That's right. We have to thank a lot of people in the past that stood up for our rights to peacefully protest today. Stood up for our rights to stand out and tell our leaders whatever we think. That's right. A lot of people sacrificed a lot. Sacrificed their lives so that I could get out here and tell my leaders right here in Santa Monica, listen, you are doing a terrible job. You are treating human beings like criminals because they are poor and homeless. And you need to stop that, and we all need to stand up for human rights right here in Santa Monica. And I am thankful for all of those people that fought for our country to give us the right to speak out against the abuses of government, to speak out and tell our government when they are doing wrong, and to get involved, and to peacefully protest, and to run for government, and to vote, and especially to use your First Amendment rights, and get out here on this public promenade that all of these business owners think they own. This is a public promenade, and let's remind them every day, let's get out here and peacefully protest and tell this government here in Santa Monica and in California and the whole US of A, tell them what they should be doing. Share your thoughts, share your beliefs, your religious beliefs, your political beliefs, share your talents. And you have a right to do that on this public promenade. This is not Disneyland. This is not the Grove. This is a public promenade that we all own. And we need to keep standing up for the rights of everybody to be able to express themselves on this public promenade. And that's why I celebrate all those who have stood up for our country and given their all for our rights to peacefully protest and speak our mind. That's a great thing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls picked them, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will we ever learn? Where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young girls gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young girls gone? to husbands, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will we ever learn? Where have all the husbands gone? A long time passing. Where have all the husbands gone? Long time ago. Where have all the husbands gone? Gone to soldier, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will we ever learn? Where have all the soldiers gone? A long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone? Gone to graveyards, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will we ever learn? Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing. Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago. Where have all the graveyards gone? Come to flower, everyone. When will we ever learn? When will we ever learn? Where have all the flowers gone? A long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls picked them, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will we ever learn? That's right, we're remembering those who gave everything so that we could enjoy this country and peacefully protest and take part in our democracy. I hope you're all getting involved in our democracy, especially this year. This is an election year. Here in California, I hope you're all getting behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. That's right. That's a 5% wealth tax here in California on all of the billionaires. That's right, a 5% wealth tax, because we can't trust the billionaires to tell us how much they're actually earning. So we need to find out how much wealth they have and to tax that 5% over 5 years. It's only a one-time tax, but it's going to happen over 5 years. A 5% wealth tax on all of the billionaires in California. And I think it's a great start. That money is going to go to help poor people with good quality health care here in California. You know, there are many states all around the country that don't have health care for poor people. They don't have Medi-Cal like we have here in California. They don't have a health care program for the poor or a dental care program for the poor in many states. In many states around the country, many states around the country don't have programs for the poor, health care programs. That's why we need to stand up for our health care program right here in California and make sure that it's well funded And that's one of the things that this Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 will be going to. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. That's right. We have the most billionaires of any state in the whole country right here in California. The most billionaires of any state in the whole country, and we need to make sure that they pay their fair share. Some people say, well, the billionaires are already paying much of the taxes that we collect in this country. Well, if they were paying enough, and if that money was being used well, if they were paying enough, we wouldn't have poor people sleeping in the streets. And we certainly wouldn't have poor people being criminalized for poverty and homelessness. So we need to stand up for the rights of these poor people that are trying to survive. So let's get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. And the only candidate for governor in the state of California who is behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, the only candidate is a billionaire. And that's the sad truth. Tom Steyer is the only candidate running for governor in the state of California who endorses the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. And that's something, I mean, it's a shame that the other so-called progressive Democratic candidates are not behind this Billionaire Tax Act. That's why we have to vote for Tom Steyer for governor. Hey, I don't want to vote for no billionaire for governor, but if he's the only one who's going to raise taxes on the billionaires, then we need to vote him into office. I guess I'm going to have to raise my voice just a little bit. Anyway, so we all need to get behind Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, and we all need to get behind Tom Steyer because he's the only candidate for governor who will endorse the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. So I hope you all do. And if you're a voter in Santa Monica, if you're a registered voter in the city of Santa Monica, you can vote for me this fall. I am running for Santa Monica City Council. My name is Wade Kelley. And I am the only candidate running for Santa Monica City Council who proposes to use 25% of the airport property, the Santa Monica airport property, to build affordable housing. That's right, there's an initiative out there called the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative. The Great Park and Community Housing Initiative is coming to Santa Monica this year. Oh, the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative is something everybody in Santa Monica should hear about. Oh, the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative is going to be on the ballot this fall. Oh, the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative should get a yes vote from us all. That's right. This Great Park and Community Housing Initiative proposes to use 25% of that Santa Monica airport property. 192 acres of land is going to be turned over to Santa Monica at the end of 2028. And we need to use 25% of that property to build some affordable housing. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but Santa Monica, we're having a little bit of a housing crisis, a homelessness crisis. And Santa Monica is even arresting people for being poor and homeless. That's right. Santa Monica is arresting poor people for being poor while it's helping keep them poor and it's helping keep them homeless. So we need to stand up against such cruelty, such inhumanity. Thank you. That's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council this year again. My name is Wade Kelley. So look for me on the ballot. I'll be speaking all around. I still have 6 months to get out there. And you know I'm going to be up against a lot of big money, but that's all right. We need to stand up and speak out, stand up for human rights right here in Santa Monica, and get behind this great park and community housing initiative. Oh, the great park and community housing initiative is coming to Santa Monica this year. Oh, the great park and community housing initiative is something everybody in Santa Monica should hear about. Oh, the great park and community housing initiative will be on the ballot hopefully this fall. Oh, the great park and community housing initiative should get a yes vote from us all. Should get a yes vote from us all. That's right. We got to get out there and get involved. We have to stand up for the rights that these people that gave their lives to stand up for human rights here in this country, for First Amendment rights, for the rights of every American. We need to use those rights to stand up and speak out for those that need a hand. We've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy in this country. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. We have to stand up for human rights right here in California, right here in Santa Monica, California. We need to tell our leaders right here in Santa Monica, you need to build some affordable housing and have some safe spaces for these homeless human beings instead of sending them off to jail and to programs that they might not even want or need. So we need to stand up for the rights of these homeless human beings. And we need to tell our leaders to build some affordable housing, have some safe spaces, and maybe some 24-hour secure restrooms for these homeless human beings so that they don't have to be harassed for being human. We need to stand up for everybody's rights. Keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for us all. Because we haven't gotten there yet. And we need to stand up for those who are in need. Because we've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on that grand old flag. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on that grand old flag. That's right, we got to celebrate that flag as we speak up and peacefully protest and use our First Amendment rights. We don't need to give up. We don't need to say there's nothing we can do. Trump's in power, so there's nothing we can do to make things better. We can. We can all get involved wherever you are in this country and peacefully protest. Speak up, stand up for your rights, stand up for the rights of those who are in need. Because we've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy in this country. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. That's right. Every week we are breaking records on Wall Street for the rich. And yet we are criminalizing poverty right here in California, right here in Santa Monica. And that's a shame. And for those people that have fought for our right to speak out against bad government, we need to all get up and use our voices and use our votes and get involved. Get involved in your democracy. Don't give up. Get out in the streets. Don't give up. Go sign up for some office. That's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council. I want to show poor people and homeless people that you can get involved in your government. You don't have to say, oh, the rich people get to run everything. No, the rich and the powerful don't get to run everything. And we need to speak up and stand up for the rights of the poor and the homeless and those in need. And that's why we need to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. That's right. So speak up, speak out. I don't know. I guess you can hear me all right, huh? Yeah. Even with I don't need to move, huh? Okay. I used to be out here when there was a lot more noise going on than that, but it's just kind of loud, but it's fine. He knew I was coming. He baked a cake. That's right. So we need to keep getting involved and peacefully protesting and advocating for those who are in need and who don't have a big voice in our democracy. We got to keep working towards a better day for everybody. We've done a very good job of being kind to the needy, greedy. To the greedy, did I say greedy? Well, I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather sit around in my underwear than screw the poor and pollute the air. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather live outside in the open air than try to keep sick people from getting health care. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you cry. Oh, mama, rich or poor, we're all gonna die. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you sad. Oh, mama, but being poor just ain't that bad. No, it ain't. It ain't a crime. Even though they're arresting people here in Santa Monica for being poor and homeless, it shouldn't be a crime. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. I'd rather live in a box in the bottom of a ditch than be some stealing, cheating, honest or bitch. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. I'd rather walk around without a stitch than be some democracy overthrowing son of a bitch. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you sad. Oh, mama, but being poor just ain't that bad. No, it ain't. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you cry. Oh, mama, rich and poor, we're all gonna say goodbye someday. Hopefully not tonight. Let's put it off a little while if we can help it. Now, I don't want you to think that I think all billionaires are evil bloodsuckers. Some of them are just sick. They're like hoarders or alcoholics or drug addicts. They get a little bit of money and they just got to get more and more and more and more and more. More and 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 more. Let's look at Elon Musk. They say he's on his way to becoming our first trillionaire. Now, that's the last thing we need in this world is a trillionaire. Well, what we have to do is we have to raise taxes on Elon Musk and all of his billionaire buddies. I know what you're saying. You're saying, Wade, while Trump's in office, we can't raise taxes on the billionaires, but we can right here in California. That's a beautiful thing. Right here in California, we have the right to raise taxes on all the billionaires in California, and we have the most billionaires in the whole country. So we need to make sure that we get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California and raise taxes on those billionaires until everybody can have a good public health care program. That's right. Tom Steyer wants to work towards a single-payer health care program here in California, and I think that'd be fantastic. We need to work towards that. We need to get behind Tom Steyer and get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. That's right. So we raise taxes on all the billionaires here in California, get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, and make sure that everybody can have a good public education, because we're spending way too little on public education here in California. We are ranked about 30th in the whole country in spending on public education here in California. 30th in spending. And we're ranked down below, or ranked around 40th in the outcome of our public education. We need to show that progressive government can work and help lift people up out of poverty. California, we used to have one of the best public education systems in the whole country, in the whole world. And then in the 1970s, in 1979, we passed a thing called 78 or 79, passed a thing called the Prop 13. Prop 13, that's right. That took a lot of money out of our education system here in California, and that made it easier for rich people to hold on to property and made it much harder for poor people to get a hold of any property. And I hope we can repeal Prop 13 in some time. But let's get behind the Billionaire Tax Act this year and get behind Tom Steyer and get behind and move forward so we can raise taxes on those billionaires. Get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. That's right. Because I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather sit around in my underwear than screw the poor and pollute the air. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you cry. Oh, mama, rich or poor, we're all gonna die. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you sad. Oh, mama, but being poor just ain't that bad. No, it ain't. It ain't a crime. It shouldn't be. It ain't. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. I'd rather live in a box in the bottom of a ditch than be some steel and chicken eyes on it. I'd rather be poor than be filthy rich. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you sad. Oh, mama, being poor just ain't that bad. No, it ain't. Oh, mama, I don't want to make you cry. Oh, mama, rich or poor, we're all gonna say goodbye. Not tonight. That's right. We'll keep going a little bit further, but listen, let's raise taxes on those billionaires and get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather live outside in the open air than try to keep sick people from getting health care. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather walk around with greasy hair than sell guns and weapons everywhere. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. One more time, everybody sing along. Here we go, go, go. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather walk around in the bear Then see homeless people everywhere. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. I'd rather be a bum than a billionaire. Woo-hoo! And I'll keep on working at it. Woo-hoo! That's right. We got to keep working at it because we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten to the place where we have equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. It's still 10 times more likely for a young black man to go to prison in California than it is a young white man, and that's a shame. We need to be lifting up our public education system here in California, and we need to keep integrating. We got to integrate our cities like Santa Monica. Santa Monica is 70% white. That's right. When you push all the poor people out of your city, you're pushing a lot of people of color out of your city. And that's why Santa Monica is 70% white. Since 1970, Santa Monica, in 1970, they had a population of 88,000 people. Today, in 2026, Santa Monica has a population of just over 90,000 people. So while the rest of California grew by 20 million people, Santa Monica grew by about 2,000. They said, we got ours, now the rest of you stay out. And that's what's been happening for the last 50 years. They've been pushing the poor people out, and they haven't been building affordable housing. That's why we need to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. And here in Santa Monica, we need to get behind the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative and build some affordable housing here in Santa Monica. And we need to tell our leaders here in Santa Monica, stop criminalizing homelessness and poverty. Have some safe spaces. Get some more shelter beds for your homeless human beings, or some safe spaces. Here's an interesting fact that I will tell you very quickly. I know there's a lot. I know I say a lot of things. But in 2024, July 1st or July of 2024, the Supreme Court of the United States made a ruling called Grants Pass versus Johnson. And in that ruling, they said that Grants Pass, Oregon, could criminalize homelessness, could criminalize people sleeping with a blanket and a pillow. Just as little as a blanket and a pillow, they could charge them with public camping and give them a citation or arrest them. But you know, that same year, and the dissent, the liberal justices, Sotomayor, Kagan, and Ketanji Brown, they said that that ruling was, you know, to treat people like that, criminalize sleeping, is cruel and goes against the 8th Amendment of our Constitution. So what happened? That ruling came down, but the state of Oregon, they made a law saying that you couldn't criminalize people for sleeping outdoors. And now the Grants Pass, where this ruling was made, Grants Pass versus Johnson, they can't even, they have restrictions on the citations and the arrests that they can give for poor people that are homeless. And I sure wish that Santa Monica stood up and said, listen, we don't have to follow that ruling. There's no reason to criminalize poverty. We don't have to give people citations and arrest people and send them off to jail because they are homeless and they're sleeping in our parks or public spaces when we don't have enough shelter beds or safe spaces. We can do something different. Anyway, the city of Grants Pass now has safe places for people to pitch tents, even though they were the ones in that lawsuit that Trump's ultra-conservative Supreme Court ruled for. And I think that's wonderful. That's a great piece of irony that those people that tried to criminalize homelessness in Oregon now cannot carry out that injustice that they wanted to carry out. But the state of Oregon, the legislature of Oregon said, no, you cities in Oregon can't criminalize poverty so easily, can't criminalize homelessness so easily. And we need more people like that right here in California. People to say, no, you can't criminalize poverty and homelessness so easily right here in Santa Monica. But we have a ways to go. And that's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council again this year. And that's why I propose that I endorse the Great Park and Community Housing Initiative to make sure that we build some more affordable housing. So we're part of the solution here in California and in Santa Monica, not just part of the problem. We have too many of our leaders blaming the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless. Too many of our leaders say, don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. We'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. We'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. We'll say you're mostly lazy and you're filled with bugs. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and sick. They'll put you in the hospital and spit you out real quick. They'll say you need to rest more and change the way you eat. But they ain't got no medicine to get you off of the streets. So don't be poor and homeless. That's what they say. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just live in a mansion. That's what you gotta do. Other rich folks wanna help you if they can, could. Let's try that again. Eh? Other rich folks wanna help you if they could. So they'll take your tent and your bags and stuff and move them to another neighborhood. A little farther, a little farther, a little farther down the road would be good. That's what they used to do. They used to tell them to move down the road. Now they give them a citation and take all of their stuff and put it in the dumpster. They give them a little 60-gallon bag. They say, fit all of your belongings in this 60-gallon bag, and we're throwing away the rest of the stuff. And here's a citation for your trouble. That's just a shame. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't live in your car. We'll find a way to ticket you, no matter where you are. We'll say you're near a schoolyard or near a city park. We'll help you make you move your car all day and give you tickets while you're sleeping in the dark. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just live on a yacht. You gotta get yourself a yacht, that's right. Other rich folks wanna help you if they can. So they'll start a race to outer space to help their fellow man. We are going to build affordable housing up on Mars. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be in the moon. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. You hear me now? That's right. You guys are standing up for equal rights, equal justice. We all keep speaking out. Keep speaking out for the rights of those who are in need. Even while we're working for a city that oppresses people. And that's part of the problem. You know, there are a lot of people that work in this city that have to put up with the rules of these leaders here in Santa Monica. You know, they lock up the chairs for the homeless people here in Santa Monica at night because they don't want to see any poor people sitting in these chairs. And it's really a sad shame. Too many of our leaders blaming the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless. Thank you, sir. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. Thank you. Peace. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. We'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. And tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. We'll say you're mostly lazy and you're filled with all kinds of bugs. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. That's right. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. I hope you can hear me over. I hope you can hear me there and here, but it's a little louder than I'm used to tonight. It's going to start getting busy again, and that's good. It makes me concentrate more when there's a lot of sound going on around from other places. But I have to keep remembering what I'm trying to say sometimes, and it's a good practice for me because I'm going to be running for Santa Monica City Council again for 2026, and I'm standing up for the human rights. You know, some people say, well, Wade, what makes you such an expert so that you can run for city council? Well, I can tell you this, if you're arresting poor people for being poor and homeless people for being homeless, while you're making it harder for them to have a decent place to live or a safe place for shelter, if you're doing that, you're moving in the wrong direction. If you're moving against human rights, you're moving in the wrong direction, Santa Monica. And we need to tell these business owners and these leaders here in Santa Monica, you're moving in the wrong direction. The last 2 years in Santa Monica, since the Grant Pass ruling, the last 2 years, the arrests of homeless human beings has gone up by 95% in Santa Monica. It's gone up even higher in other cities, and that's a shame. But you know, Santa Monica always had an anti-camping law for years. Even when the rest of the state was not enforcing anti-camping laws, Santa Monica was. But last year, they arrested 75% of all the arrests here in Santa Monica last year were of homeless human beings. Out of all the people arrested, 75% were homeless human beings. And that's less than 1% of our population. That's just cruel and inhumane. A lot of targeting on poor people and people without a place to go. They've been giving them citations and arresting them for smoking in public, for open containers, for camping in public, all sorts of things like that. And it's just a shame. We got to speak up. I hope you're all going to get involved because as we celebrate those who gave their lives for this country and for the right of everybody to speak their mind and exercise their First Amendment rights, we need to keep working towards a better day for everybody. While we're at it, let's go over our First Amendment rights. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Redress of grievances. Egress of grievances. What? A redress of grievances, and that's what I'm doing here tonight. I'm telling our leaders, hey, let's do a better job. I know I'm not doing that great a job tonight. I'm hearing a lot of other things going on, and I'm getting distracted, and that happens now and again. But we can correct ourselves and move in a better direction. And if you are moving in the direction against human rights, you are moving in the wrong direction. So we can at least say, hey, we're going to stop arresting people for being poor and homeless, and that'll be a good direction. We can stop enforcing that no sitting, no lying law that they have here in Santa Monica, and we would be moving in a better direction. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. As I was walking that red highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. That's right. Let's keep working to make sure this land is for all of us that are here. A lot of people say that we have too many undocumented people living in this country. Well, you know, we have about 20 million or so people that have been living in the shadows and been used for their labor and not been given their rights for generations. And we need to find a pathway to citizenship for a lot of those people, because we know that all those 20 million people are not criminals. We know that most of those 20 million people are not criminals and need to have a pathway to citizenship in this country. And we need to help them find that pathway to citizenship. We need our Congress to do its job and stand up for human rights and help those people find a pathway to citizenship. De la Sierra Moreno, Silito Lindo, vienen bajando. Un par de hijitos negros, Silito Lindo, de contrabando. Ese lunar que tiene Silito Lindo junto a la boca, no se lo des a nadie, Silito Lindo, que a mí me toca. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Hi, 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 hi. Cantando llores, porque cantando se alegra, Silito Lindo, los corazones. A lot of people say, well, they needed to wait in line and take their turn. You know, a lot of these people were brought over to work for our farmers and our factory owners. They told the authorities, look the other way, because we need a lot of workers. And then when the working time was over, they said, well, we're not responsible for those people. And of course, they were the ones who brought them over. You know, there are a lot of There are a lot of people that die in our military. Right now, we have about 40,000 people that are not citizens that are in our military right now. A lot of people have died for this country who haven't been given their citizenship before they died. And we need to make sure that we find a pathway to citizenship for all these people that have been used for their labor for generations and not been given their rights. Ay, cantando llores, porque cantando se alegra, cielito lindo, los corazones. This land is your land, this land is mine. From California to the New York Times, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Cantando llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. This land is your land, this land is mine. From California to the New York Times, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Let's work to make sure this land is made for you and me. That's right. We got to keep working towards a better day for everybody. Keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for us all, because we haven't gotten there yet. We got to keep working towards a better day. We have to keep working to integrate our society. We have to keep working to integrate cities like Santa Monica. We have 800 miles of public beaches here in California, and mostly rich white people living next to our public beaches. Why is that? I have a lot of people tell me, they say, Wade, you don't need to build any affordable housing in Santa Monica. That's prime real estate. And I say, you know how it became prime real estate? Because the rich people all pushed the poor people out. And that's how it became prime real estate. And we need to take it back. We need to make sure that we build some affordable housing, because we have too many people working in Santa Monica that can't live in Santa Monica and can't participate in Santa Monica's democracy. That gives the rich people and the property owners and business owners, that gives them all the power. And that's bad. That's bad. That's an oligarchy. You don't want that kind of thing. We want to keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all, and working towards a better democracy right here in Santa Monica, right here in California, right here in the whole United States. And Santa Monica, we're supposed to be a progressive community, so we need to stand up for the rights of those people that should be involved in our democracy right here. How about those people living in your streets, Santa Monica? They should be part of your democracy. You should be making them feel as though they are a part of your democracy instead of trying to push them down the road, which you are doing. You need to stand up for their rights. And that's why I'm running for Santa Monica City Council again this year, to show poor people and homeless people you can be part of this democracy. Go ahead, sign up, make sure you get your address established here in Santa Monica with one of these nonprofit organizations. Get your address established like I did with People Concerned back in 2021, so you can participate in the democracy right here. Because we have to keep working towards a better day, because we haven't gotten there yet. We got to keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. And we have to keep peacefully protesting and advocating for our rights and for the rights of those who are in need. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love. It's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about hope. It's about joy. It's about bringing some home to your little girls and boys. Good to see you. It's about joy. It's about hope. It's about enough hope to keep them off the dope. Cause when the hope and the joy are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about joy. It's about hope. It's about you. It's about me. It's about you and me working towards equality. It's about me. It's about you. It's about some Black Lives Matter too. Cause when you kneel down, you know must be moving on. It's about you. It's about me. Se trata de paz, se trata de amor, se trata de paz y amor. Se trata de paz, se trata de amor, se trata de paz y amor. Se trata de paz y amor. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yay. Evenu shalom alechem. Evenu shalom alechem. Evenu shalom alechem. Evenu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about the only thing my heart needs thinking of. It's about love. It's about peace. It's about a little bit of love and peace at least. Cause when the peace and love are gone, you know must be moving on. It's about peace. It's about love. 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 It's all about love. That's right. It's all about peace and love. And spreading it around a little better. We've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy in this country. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. And we also have to stand up against racism and hatred whenever we see it, whenever we hear it. You know, today we celebrate those who gave their lives for this country. All those people were from different religions, different ethnicities, different cultures. We have a lot of people who gave their lives that believe differently than each other. And we need to stand up for everybody's rights to their own beliefs and stand up against anti-Semitism and Islamophobia and all other racism and hatred. We need to speak out against it, stand up and say, no, that's not what we're about here in the United States of America. We're not about hating people because of their race or their religion, their ethnicity, their beliefs, their gender. We're about equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. So keep speaking out, peacefully protesting. And tell those who would compare us, try to make us like some monarchy, tell them, no, we're not trying to be like some monarchy who doesn't believe in human rights for every person, equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity. We want to keep standing up for the rights of every human being, no matter how rich, how poor, where they're from, what their religious belief is. Because here in the United States, you can believe that I am going to hell. You can tell me that you believe I am going to hell, but you cannot threaten to send me there. You cannot try to send me there because we all have a right to our different beliefs, but we don't have a right to threaten people with violence or any other kind of cruelty. So we need to stand up against racism and hatred whenever we see it, whenever we hear it. People have a right to think however they want, but it's the actions here in this country. We need to stand up for everybody's right to believe how they will. Ain't that right there, Mr. Ethan Hyatt? Now are you getting ready to hit that road? Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back till Wednesday night. I hit the road, Jack. Ethan Hyatt, and don't you come back till Wednesday night. You might be here anyway, but I'll be back on Wednesday. Good to see you. Thank you for introducing. Thank you. Anything you want to say to the people before you leave?
Everybody, it's very important that you stand up for your rights. Don't let any politicians walk all over you. And remember that you're here to serve us. We're not here to serve them.
You are so correct, sir. That is right. Thank you, Ethan Hyatt. You have a great night. As Ethan said, our leaders are here to serve us. We're not here to serve them. We're here to serve the greater good of the United States of America and stand up for our Constitution. Our Constitution is supposed to be making things better for all the human beings here in the United States of America, all the human beings here in California, and all the human beings here in Santa Monica, California. That's right. Our Constitution starts off, we the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. And that's a beautiful thing. It's something that we've been working on these 250 years, actually 1787, so that's when the Constitution was written. But we've been working on making that happen throughout the history of our country. And, you know, even though in the beginning that Constitution only benefited rich white guys who owned property, there have been those looking to the future and saying, no, we want to make it more inclusive. We want to make sure that we overcome slavery, and we did. We want to make sure that children don't have to be brought up as just working, that children could have a childhood. So in 1900, we made sure that there were laws to prevent children from just having to work all of their lives. It wasn't until 1920 when we made sure that women had the right to vote in this country. If you haven't seen that musical, Suffs, you might want to see that. That's a fun musical. And there's a recording of it out there on PBS. Suffs is about women securing the right to vote in 1920 and all the things that they had to go through to get those rights. And then in 1924, it wasn't until 1924 that we nationally made sure that Native Americans could have the right to vote in this country, that Native Americans were given citizenship in the United States of America. And then the civil rights marches of the 1960s, giving us the Civil Rights Law and the Voting Rights Act. And then 1990, the Americans with Disabilities Act said that everybody had equal rights, no matter whether you're mentally disabled, physically disabled, or what. We all have the same rights in this country. And later on, the Supreme Court found that people could marry who they loved as long as you're of age and such. So we need to keep standing up for human rights, keep standing up for the right of everybody to become who they want to be in the United States of America. As long as they're not hurting anybody else, as long as they're not threatening anybody else, we can all become the person we would like to be. And that's a beautiful thing. That's what this country is all about. Some people don't like that, but I'm sorry. You don't get to control everybody's thoughts and what everybody wants to become. As long as they're not hurting anybody else or physically threatening anybody else, then we all get to become what we want to become in this country. And that's a beautiful thing. And we got to keep working towards that. We got to keep standing up for those rights for people, especially those who have been pushed down the road and don't have a big voice in our democracy, who are disenfranchised. We've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy in this country. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. We got to keep working towards a better day. Make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. Someone's always crying, there'll always be pain. Some need the sunshine and some need rain. The world keeps spinning, we can't slow it down, but we can help each other while it's turning around. And make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. Can't solve every problem, can't stop every crime. Oh, we can't turn back time. The world keeps spinning, we can't slow it down, but we can help each other while it's turning around. And make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better. Never make it perfect, but make it a little bit better as we go. Make it a little bit better as we go. That's right, we got to keep working towards a better day because we haven't gotten there yet. And a lot of people have sacrificed a lot for us to keep moving forward, to keep standing up for equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. A lot of people have sacrificed a lot so that we could take part in our democracy and not sit back and say, oh no, Trump's in power, so there's nothing we can do. Oh yes, we can get involved right here in California. We can make sure the progressive government can help lift people out of poverty and change people's lives. That's why we have to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. Tom Steyer's voting for the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. We're living in California with people of all kinds. Living in California, sure I'll get a little bit out of our minds. Living in California, everything's mostly okay. Living in California, another beautiful sunshine day. Don't let the Trump get you in a slump. We'll get rid of this hump, we're gonna be all right. We're in the land of surf and sand, movie stars, electric cars, and it's a beautiful Santa Monica night. We're living in California with people of all kinds. Living in California, sure I'll get a little bit out of our minds. Living in California, things could be a whole lot worse. Living in California, rest of the country's moving in reverse. Let's not follow them now. Living in California, everything's mostly all right. Living in California, having fun on the promenade tonight. Hey, now don't get me wrong. A lot of people say California's going downhill. No. California's still the best state in the whole country. We got everything. We got the beaches, the mountains, the deserts. We got we're the #1 agricultural state in the whole country. We're the entertainment capital of the world. You know, since we're the entertainment capital of the world, California, you're going to have to realize that we're going to have a lot of people come here, and they're not all going to turn out to be stars. You know, some of them might turn out to be poor and homeless, and we need to help people. We need to help lift people up when that happens, because almost everybody, these guys wanted to become stars, but not everybody got to become a star. So some people have to get by with what they get. You know what I mean? Just like me. That's right. And that's why we need to help people when they're down, because if you're going to be the entertainment capital of the world, you're going to have to deal with some of those effects. You know, a lot of people tell me here in Santa Monica, they say, well, all these homeless people that are here, they're from somewhere else. Most of the people that are here are from somewhere else, not just the homeless people. A lot of your rich people are from somewhere else also here in California. But a lot of people come to California for a lot of different reasons, and we need to help those people if they're having a hard time, no matter what the reason they came here is. We need to help lift people up and show that progressive government can make a difference in people's lives. And Santa Monica has to be responsible for a certain number of people. And they don't even want to be responsible for any of the people that are here that are poor. They want to be responsible for all the rich neighbors, but not for the poor neighbors. That's what the problem is. So we need to get behind this. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. Hey, that's right. We need to raise taxes on the billionaires right here in California. And Tom Steyer wants to do that. He's the only He's the only candidate running for governor who wants to raise taxes on the billionaires. So, although I don't like to vote for a billionaire, I have to vote for him because he's the only one willing to raise taxes on the billionaires. And that's the sad truth. That's a sad situation. So we need to get behind Tom Steyer because he'll endorse and he's going to vote for the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 endorsed by Tom Steyer in California, Governor. You know, some of these lyrics I haven't made up before. I don't know if you noticed that. Some of these lyrics I make up on the spot because I can't remember what I sang the last time either. And some of them I'm just grasping at words to say. Anyway, so we need to get behind Tom Steyer because he's the only candidate who will endorse the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. Thank you. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. Thank you. He's the only candidate who is endorsing the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. That's right. We don't have to wait for Trump to be out of office to make a change. We can raise taxes on the billionaires right here in California and make a difference. Help lift people up out of poverty. I'm living in California with people of all kinds. Living in California, sure I'll get a little bit out of our minds. Ooh, living in California, everything's mostly all right. Living in California, having fun on the promenade tonight. Ooh, living in California, things could be a whole lot worse. Living in California, rest of the country's moving in reverse. Ooh, living in California, the place the whole world's dreaming of. Living in California, go out and spread some peace and love. That's right. Keep working towards a better day. What else can we do? Can't just hope that everything changes. Got to work at it. Got to speak out for it. Today, while the blossoms still cling to the vine, I'll taste your strawberries. I'll drink your sweet wine. 1,000,000 tomorrows shall all pass away if I forget all the joys that are mine today. I'll be a rambler and I'll be a rover. You'll know who I am by the songs that I sing. I'll feast at your table and sleep in your clover. I'll laugh and I'll cry and I'll sing. Today, while the blossom still clings to the vine, Taste your strawberries, I'll drink your sweet wine. A million tomorrows shall all pass away. Ere I forget all the joys that are mine today. I won't be contented with yesterday's glories. I can't live on promises, winter to spring. Now is the moment, and this is my story. Who cares what tomorrow may bring? Today, while the blossom still clings to the vine, I'll taste your strawberries, I'll drink your sweet wine. A million tomorrows shall all pass away, ere I forget all the joy that is mine today. Today. That's right. We don't know where tomorrow's going to go. We got to just keep getting involved today. Keep standing up for equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity today. Keep getting involved in making things better for human beings today. And telling our leaders to stop criminalizing poverty and homelessness, because that ain't a crime. Being poor should not be a crime. As a matter of fact, I recommend it. I recommend being poor. I recommend not worrying too much about the future, because we don't know where it's all going to go. I might not be here tomorrow. You might not be here tomorrow. You might be like one of the people we're celebrating today who lived their life and gave their life to something greater than themselves. And can't be here to celebrate with us. So we need to do the best we can with what we have right in front of us and stand up for the rights of human beings, even if we don't know where it's all going to go. We have to tell our leaders right here in Santa Monica, we have to say, listen, you need to stop criminalizing poverty and homelessness right here in Santa Monica, and you need to make sure you build some affordable housing. And you also need to find some safe spaces for homeless human beings until we have enough affordable housing around California to make sure that everybody can have a decent place to live. These aren't new ideas. These ideas are old. You know, back in 1944, the great President Franklin Delano Roosevelt gave a speech called The Second Bill of Rights. And in that speech, he said, it is time for a second Bill of Rights, where every American has the right to a decent place to live. Every American has the right to health care. Every American has the right to a job that pays a living wage. Every American has the right to a good education. He gave that speech in 1944, and you can still watch that speech on YouTube today. He gave that speech. He said that everybody should have the right to health care. In 1944, we still haven't achieved those goals today. He said that everybody should have the right to a decent place to live in 1944. We haven't achieved those goals today. And today here in Santa Monica, we are arresting poor people and homeless people for being poor and homeless. instead of making sure that we build enough housing. So we got a long ways to go, California. We got a long ways to go, Santa Monica. We have to keep helping the United States of America move forward. And the only way we're going to do that is to give people an obvious choice. We can't tell them one thing. We can't tell them we care about the poor like Gavin Newsom did, and then ask Trump's ultra-conservative Supreme Court to criminalize homelessness. We can't tell people that we care about lifting people out of poverty while at the same time we're trying to criminalize poverty like they have been doing here in Santa Monica. We can't tell the rest of the country that we are trying to build affordable housing while we are refusing to build affordable housing right here in California and right here in Santa Monica. We have to be part of the solution. We have to show people that progressive government can make a difference in people's lives and help lift people up out of poverty. We need to show that progressive government can make lives better. We don't have to wait for Trump to be out of office to make things better. We can show people today, right here in California. And that's why we need to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. And that's why we need to vote for Tom Steyer. Not because I like him, not because he's a billionaire, but because he says that he will raise taxes on the billionaires. And because he says that he will work towards single payer health care in the state of California. And because he wants to spend a lot more money on public education. So we need to get behind the guy who will get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. The Billionaire Tax Act of 2026, right here in California. It's just that simple. We got to show that there's a difference between progressive government and conservative Republican government. And if we believe that, we're going to help lift people out of poverty right here in California. And if we don't, then people should go ahead and say that there isn't any difference between our leaders. But we need to show that there is a difference. Keep on getting up. Keep on speaking out. Keep on singing. Hey, good to see peace. Peace and love is what it's all about. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Keep on lifting up. Keep on lend a helping hand. We can't solve every problem, but we can try to understand. Thank you, peace. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. Thank you. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. You know, John Lewis used to say, don't get lost in the sea of despair. Be hopeful. Be optimistic. Our struggle is not the struggle of a day, of a week, of a month, or a year. Our struggle is the struggle of a lifetime. Never be afraid to make some noise, to get in some good trouble, some necessary trouble. And he was talking about peaceful protest, because that's what they did. We all need to get involved. Speak up, speak out, stand up for human rights. Keep standing up for equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for us all. Don't get lost in the sea of despair. Be hopeful, be optimistic, and someday we'll get there. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Don't get lost in the sea of despair. Be hopeful, be optimistic, and someday we'll get there. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. One more time, everybody sing along here. Go, go, go. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Thank you, Abel. That's right. We got to keep working towards a better day because we haven't gotten there yet. We got to keep moving forward like we're going to get there, because we're going to get there. We just got to keep moving forward. We've seen the way this country moves forward in slow steps and back steps. How you doing tonight, Dorian? Did I give you anything? Yeah? How are you? You keeping warm enough? It's a little chilly tonight. Treating you all right? You want to say anything to these people? Hey, Dorian. Peace, love. All right. Good to see you, boys. Peace. That's right. We got to keep working towards a better day because we haven't got there yet. Keep moving forward. just one day to last my whole life through. Darling, I would choose that Sunday, the day that I found you. And newborn whippoorwills were calling from the hills. Summer was a-comin' in but fast. Lots of daffodils showing off their skills. All together swaying, you could almost hear them saying, go on and kiss her, go on and kiss her. Thank you, peace. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. Thank you, peace. If I had to choose one moment to live within my heart, it would surely be that moment, the moment when we started. Darling, it would be when you smiled at me one day, that Sunday, that summer, that summer. If I had to choose just one day to last my whole life through, darling, I would choose that Sunday, the day that I found you. And newborn whippoorwills were calling from the hills. Summer was a-comin' fast. Lots of daffodils showing off their skills. All together swaying, you could almost hear them saying, go on and kiss her. Go on and kiss her. If I had to choose one moment to live within my heart, it would surely be that moment, the moment when we started. Darling, it would be when you smiled at me one day, that Sunday, that summer, that summer. Nat King Cole. Well, I think this song is a good Memorial Day song. Oh, Daddy boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you, 'tis 'tis you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, and when the valley's hushed and white with snow, 'tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so. And when you're gone, and all the flowers are dying, and I am dead as dead I will maybe, you come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me. And I will hear the soft tread above me, and all my dreams will warmer, sweeter be. If you'll not fail to tell me that you love me, I'll simply sleep in peace until you come to me. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow, 'tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so. I remember you. I remember you. You're the one who made my dreams come true. A few kisses ago, I remember you. You're the one who said I love you too. I do, didn't you know? I remember too, distant bell and stars that fell like rain out of the blue. When my life is through and the angels ask me to recall the thrill of it all, then I will tell them I remember you. remember you. You're the one who made my dreams come true. A few kisses ago, I remember you. You're the one who said I love you too. I do, didn't you know? I remember too a distant bell and stars that fell like rain out of the blue. When my life is through and the angels ask me to recall the thrill of it all, then I will tell them I remember you. I just want to stop and thank you, baby. I just want to stop and thank you, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Go to sleep at night, wondering where would I be without you in my life. Everything to me was just a bore. Everything I did seems I'd done it all before. You brighten up for me all of my days. That's so sweet in so many ways. I just want to stop and thank you, baby. I just want to stop and thank you, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Where would I be without you in my life? Everything to me was just a bore. Everything I'd done seems I did it all before. You brighten up for me all of my days. Love so sweet in so many ways. I want to stop and thank you, baby. I just want to stop and thank you, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. You are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around. You are the apple of my eye. Forever you stay in my heart. You feel like this is the beginning. Though I've loved you for a million years. And if I thought our love was ending, I would find myself drowning in my own tears. Whoa, you are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around. You are the apple my eye. Forever you'll stay in my heart. You must have known that I was lonely, because you came to my rescue. I think that you must be from heaven. I get so much love be inside of you. Whoa, you are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around. You are the apple of my eye. Forever you'll stay in my heart. You are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around. You are the apple of my eye. Forever you stay in my heart. Every day, it's getting closer, moving faster than a roller coaster. Love like yours is sure to come my way. Hey, hey, hey. Every day, it's getting faster. Everyone says go ahead and ask her. Love like yours is sure to come my way. Hey, hey, hey. Every day seems a little longer. Every way love grows a little stronger. Come with me, would you have love for true love from me? Oh, every day it's getting closer, moving faster than a roller coaster. Love like yours is sure to come my way. Hey, hey, hey. Darling, please believe me. Oh, that can't. Oh, darling, please believe me. I'll never do you no harm. Believe me when I tell you, I'll never do you no harm. Oh, darling, if you leave me, I'll never make it on my own. Believe me when I tell you, I'll never do you no wrong. When you told me you didn't need me anymore, you know I nearly broke down and cried. When you told me, when you told me. You know, sometimes it just doesn't go right. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta say, wait a minute. I don't even know if I like that key. I don't know if I like that song in that key or whatever. Anyway, you keep on working. We'll keep on working to peace and love. Keep working towards a better day for everybody. Keep working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. Let's get behind Tom Steyer because he endorses the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 here in California. And I'm running for Santa Monica City Council because I want to stand up for human rights. I want to stop criminalizing people for being homeless and poor. I think that is just a travesty, and we need to move in a better direction. And let's remember all those who gave their lives for us to be able to speak out and to keep moving forward and working towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all, making sure that everybody can have the basics in this richest, most powerful country in the world. We can keep working for a better day in this country. We don't need to stop. And thank you to those who gave your all for us to get this far. And let's keep moving forward. There must be lights burning brighter somewhere. Got to be birds flying higher in the sky, more blue. If I can dream of a better land, where all my brothers walk hand in hand, tell me why. Why can't my dream come true?
Sounded good, man. Elvis?
That is Elvis, that's right. There must be peace and understanding somewhere. Strong winds of promise that blow away all the doubt and fear. If I can dream about a warm sun where hope shines down on everyone, tell me why. Why can't that sun appear? We're lost in the clouds with my dream. We're trapped in a world that's troubled with pain. But as long as a man has the strength to dream, he can redeem his soul and fly. Deep in my heart, there's a trembling question. Still I am sure that the answer's gonna come somehow. Out there in the dark, there's a burning candle. And while I can think, while I can talk, while I can stand, while I can walk, while I can dream, feeling my dream come true. Thank you, Pete. Peace and love.